The Tribal Intellectual Collective actually was an idea that was initiated by our most senior leader, Professor Virginius Kaka. I remember in 2009 when he called for an international conference that happened in Delhi, and he invited many of us who are only at that particular point in time thinking about and engaging with issues concerning the tribal population in this country. So many across the country attended that seminar. In that seminar, in the evening, Professor Kaka called for a short meeting. And in that meeting that we had, he initiated the idea that we must try to kind of build some kind of a collective in which we bring academics and scholars and researchers and knowledge producers together under one platform. Not only in terms of engagement, conversations and dialogue, but also in terms of, sharpening our own understanding of theoretical issues, sharpening our own understanding of debates and arguments concerning methodology, and so on and so forth.
This was basically to create a platform to bringing in epistemic diversity so that all the tribal scholars can start writing, reflecting about their academics, theorizing from their lived experiences, and bringing in tribal realities from a different perspective.
The Tribal Intellectual Collective is an academic forum. We don't engage in activism of a kind in which you understand activism to be, because our task and vision basically is to engage with knowledge, to produce knowledge, and also to produce knowledge in the sense of writing, whether it's academic, especially academic writing, whether it's supposed to be books or articles and article journals and so on and so forth.
This space, though academic, is very much a functional ally to people's realities and struggles. And in that, there is space for, let's say, organic intellectuals. There is space for everyone who wants to be heard. And in this great alignment of what happens at the grassroots and what happens when all of the theories meld into becoming discourse, there is this accountability to our lives and people's lives and our ancestors and our realities. Creating a space, creating these kind of shifts and rifts in people's minds and wider discourse, not just within indigenous peoples' discourse, but in mainstream discourse as well.
Membered by academics and scholars, mostly in the Indian university system, and some of them are engaged in research work in the northeast. Some of them are working in Chota Nagpur, Santhal Pargana. We have members who are working in Western India, especially Maharashtra, Gujarat, Madhya Pradesh. Then we have members from Ladakh, and we have a very strong group of academics from Telangana. And this is exactly how we are, at least in terms of membership. It has a national executive or the coordinating team that constitutes of 3 senior colleagues: Professor Virginius Kaka, Professor Vipin Jojo, and myself. It also have a national council, and these are mostly academics, senior academics and senior scholars who are basically not only researching but writing on tribal and Adivasi issues. And we have a larger general council of about 80 members. We had the first Tribal Intellectual Collective India National Congress in Shillong in the Northeastern Hill University in 2015. And in 2016 we followed up with the second National Congress, and then we were supposed to have more national congresses in 2017-18 because of a little bit of a difficulties that we faced at that point in time, we could not. And then the whole question of COVID came in, and it became very difficult to organize. But by 2019 itself, we started 1920 itself, we started going online. And from 2019, we had a lot of discussions and a lot of debates and a lot of conferences and seminars online. But the kind of work that we have done, the kind of knowledge that we have produced, overall, if you look in terms of book publication, we have published nearly about 9 to 10 books. And then the kind of articles in our journal and the articles that we publish in various other journals, both international and national, by the members of the collective. There's a huge amount of knowledge that is being produced by us.
And we are happy that we have been able to sustain this for last more than 10 years, and we have been able to start these journals from the Tribal Intellectual Collective India, and many of our young scholars from different universities, different institutions have been able to participate, publish, and they are bringing in the tribal literature, tribal theorization from a tribal perspective.
In that, I, through Adivani, have been able to engage with their work and partner with them, kind of contributing to a larger movement of visibility in being their publishing partner. So we've been able to do a few projects together where we've published, and those physical copies have a life of their own, and they've been through the years traveling into people's homes and libraries and opening people's minds.
For me, TSCI is a space wherein we are groomed to think in a collective manner, to kind of practice, especially, theorizing. It's like the concept like development with justice. What does it mean? What does it entail? And also it's a space wherein which is very different from other so-called academic mainstream. And it itself is a methodology. Itself is rooted in deeply our own very being. And this is the space wherein, without any fear, I could able to express myself, I could able to articulate, I could able to connect with my colleagues, senior faculty and others.
When I joined in the Institute Data and Social Science in the year 2012, as a young faculty, there was a time when I first got introduced with TICI. And as a young tribal scholar, I was really struggling to look for a platform where I could freely express my ideas, my writings in a way that I will not be judged for whatever that I write about my community. So TSS, through a Journal of Tribal Intellectual Collective, has given me a platform that I could express.
Today this knowledge is coming out from the community itself, and it is helping people to understand better because it has come from within. So the processes that have taken place from within, the tribal themselves are writing about themselves, and today the realities of tribal world is coming out for the rest of the world.
I think we are in the forefront of knowledge and debates concerning methodology, especially in the domain of tribal Adivasi studies. And this is exactly what our aim is, and this is exactly how we intend to move in the future. So with these few words, thank you so much.